Here is a wild story. High-profile pro-life priest and devoted Donald Trump supporter is defrocked by the Vatican. Wait a minute. The Catholic Church defrocks a priest for things that he says on social media. Holy, okay? They'll take a collar off of a priest for spicy takes on Twitter. But knowing the past history of the Catholic Church, that's the action that you guys are going to take? Okay. So I guess, in the hierarchy of sins, being a Trump supporter, a vocal Trump supporter, right up at the top, but diddling kids, you just need to go somewhere else. Come on now. High-profile priest who served as a national co-chair for pro-life voices for Trump has been defrocked by the Vatican for blasphemous communications on social media. All right, let's hear the Vatican out. And persistent disobedience of the diocese. Well, if you see some of the takes that Pope Francis makes out there, they don't look all that godly. I ain't got a collar to lose. Fuck, barely got one on my t-shirt here. Frank Pavone, that is, that is definitely a disciple of the Holy Roman Church, was dismissed as a priest by the Rome-based prefect, of the... I'm not Catholic, so I'm going to butcher some of this terminology for the clergy on November 9th, and the decision was shared with all the U.S. clergy on December 13th. And we're just hearing about it now. Interesting. Father Pavone was given ample opportunity to defend himself in the canonical proceedings, and we have also given multiple opportunities to submit himself to the authority of the diocesan bishop, the Vatican said in a letter sent by Archbishop Christopher Pierre, an apostolic nuncio. I remember him. He used to wrestle in the Fed in the early 2000s, to the United States. Little Guido. Pierre represents Pope Francis as the ambassador to Washington, D.C. Oh, that's great. He's also a return customer at Rocket Pizza. It was determined that Father Pavone had no reasonable justification for his actions. Well, get on with it. What are his actions? Pavone told Catholic News Agency he had not been notified about the Vatican's judgment. Wait a minute, so he was not there for his trial? That's a little odd. He tweeted in response, "Hi friends. Hi. So, in every profession, including the priesthood, if you defend the unborn, you will be treated like them." Oh, shit! That's spicy. The only difference is that we are aborted. We continue to speak loud and clear. I thought that was a pretty strong tenet to the Catholic faith. It's like, no killing babies. Unless, of course, you're Joe Biden after all. And it's like, well, man, don't worry, man. I'm a devout Catholic. And one of the recent stupid-ass fucking things that dumb old bastard said was, I might be Irish, but I'm not dumb. That is so patently false on multiple levels. And the obvious connotations that draws, like, what, are all Irish people stupid? Well, yes, but try to temper that with, different hereditary lines to compensate for, the stupidity of Irishmen. But I take offense. No, I don't, actually. It's like Joe Biden dunking on himself. It's like everybody knows that you're not all there between the ears, but then you just come out and say that you're not stupid because you're Irish. Doesn't really work that way if we're just going to try to make jokes about that type of stuff. But hey, man, it got a laugh, mostly because it's like, wow, that motherfucker actually said that, huh? Big think. He then recorded a video. Oh, back to former Father Pavone. So stepfather now? Weird. He then recorded a video and posted it on social media on Saturday, decrying the constant persecution he received and saying he was forced out because most Catholic priests were Democrats. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I hope he goes whole hog on this. Kind of like those Catholic priests. And disliked his pro-Trump, pro-life stance. We're here with the Catholic Church now. Yes, everything that's woke turns to shit. Fiercely political, Pavone has previously caused controversy with lucrative work in an outside organization. That's weird. And has been placing a dead fetus on the altar in Amarillo, Texas in November 2016. Wow, he was removed from the diocese in 2019. In September 2020, he was accused by the diocese of having used scandalous words not becoming of the Catholic priest. Like what? He's not a fan of freckles on a little boy's cheeks? Like what are we talking about here? Pavone in his tweets, which the diocese issued a statement condemning, called then nominee Joe Biden a fucking loser. All right, so he's honest, at least. And said the Democratic Party was God-hating and America-hating. Where's the lie so far? He declared that Biden supporters can't say a fucking thing in support of their loser candidate without using the word Trump. Ooh, that's a very, very true take. Like, where's this honest? The last honest man was kicked out of the Catholic Church. Holy, what the hell do you have to say for yourselves, losers? Pavone asked, and now deleted tweets. Oh man, you had to delete that shit? Man, never back down, never surrender, and holy shit. His Twitter biography gives his location as Florida, but it's unclear whether he still is ministered to a fixed congregation. On Saturday evening, Pavone said he was forced out for his views. The Biden administration comes along and other radical wackos come along and try to make you cooperate in the killing of babies, he said, dressed in a leather jacket on his YouTube set. That's probably the picture we've seen there up at the top. Politicians opposed because of their pro-life stance. People shut out their committees because they are too vocal, too conservative. It happens in the church. It's part of the same dynamic and effort to keep us quiet about this, he said, holding up a graphic diagram of an abortion. Yeah, you see, this is where the Hoover hooks on, and then everything comes out in nice little parts. If you got to, you just stick up a pipe cleaner in there to make sure that everything else comes out. Could be your employer, could be my bishop. But if you don't shut up, you're not listening to me. He added, referencing the image of the Vatican behind him, just don't be surprised that the battle is also within the walls of this building you seen behind me. Oh, yeah, buddy. It's kind of weird, right? Because I'm reading at the exact same time. I think I made reference to this a couple of times. I'm taking my time through it, okay? I like to ruminate on the topics that are in there, okay? The rational male. Okay, I'm reading the fourth book that's in there, and it's called Religion, about how basically feminism has indoctrinated just about everything, including organized religion. And yeah, man, he's speaking up against the Democratic Party in much more flowery, colorful terms, but I'd imagine you can probably also find a left-leaning pastor that's out there, ones that don't diddle kids or, have inappropriate relations with their congregation, looking at a couple of youth pastors. But I'm sure that they probably have, Trump is basically Satan incarnate, and here's the Thurman for Saturday. Mostly because, okay, who elects Democrats? We could take a look at the numbers, and I have before. Who is actually voting per demographic? Like I said before, need not repeat myself any further. You have married men and married women. Basically vote with a little bit of a Republican slant about 55% of the time on both hands, okay? And then single males that are out there about 60% to lean towards the Republican Party. But then the biggest singular voting bloc among the four that were illustrated, and these were numbers from the Washington Examiner. I forget exactly which video I brought them out specifically on, but 38% of the electorate, I might be getting that wrong, or maybe 31%. Yeah, 31%, because yes, 38% of single women vote for Republicans. Actually, I was just tired of getting everything wrong, and I knew that Rolo tweeted it out beforehand, so I had to go and take a look at everything that he tweeted out, and the motherfucker tweets like a fucking 14-year-old girl, so it was a lot of scrolling right there, so cut all that stuff out. Just wanted to get to this graph that's right here. Yeah, so Democrats, okay, Republicans get 59 and 50% or 56% of the married vote that's out there, okay, from men and women respectively. For unmarried men, 52%, so a little bit off on that one. That's only 16% of the electorate. And then for unmarried women, 23%. See, I was getting all my numbers wrong. 68%. Okay, you guys couldn't do a little bit better than that. Okay, I guess it's probably maybe a rounding error. It could have actually been the only thing nice about the unmarried piss-stinking women that vote vociferously for Democrats. 68, 69%. So yeah, just about a 70% clip. Okay, why do you think all of the marketing is always put towards women? They are the most consistent voting bloc. They own, 60% of the debt, all consumer debt that's out there. They make 90% of the household financial decisions, okay? 66% of the student debt that's out there. Why do you think you always see advertisements shitting on men, drilling home the idea that men are incompetent or abusers? It's all in service of trying to appeal to women, and it fucking works, okay? And that's why anybody, especially within the very feminized business that is organized religion, yeah, man, the fucking, those collection plates got to continue to go around, okay? So you want to push out anybody who's got that wrong think that's in there? Well, hey man, it's just a cost of doing business. A little bit more on this. So I guess former Father Pavone had previously faced questions over his role with Priests for Life organization, a Florida-based group, which he has been the national director of since 1993. In 2012, Bishop Patrick J. Zurich wrote to bishops nationwide and said that Pavone had been suspended from public ministry outside of the Diocese of Amarillo and was calling him back to the diocese to spend time in prayer and reflection. Zurich wrote, "The PLF has become a business that is quite lucrative, which provides Father Pavone with financial independence from all legitimate Alexasia, that must be some religious shit, oversight." Zurich said he was alarmed at the potential financial scandal that might arise from the results, of my failure to correct Father Pavone's incorrigible defiance to my legitimate authority as his bishop. That's interesting. He wrote that in 2012, and the Priest for Life is still going on. Really looks like there was maybe a little bit of jealousy on display there, my guy. He'd been a strong supporter of Donald Trump during the 2016 campaign and organized the stunt with the fetus shortly before the election. The video, filmed by Priest for Life headquarters, was greeted with anger by the church. Of course, it's like, well, bro, we're trying to attract the girls that are out there. You can't be telling them not to kill kids. Bro, come on, bro. Zurich said soon after the video release that he would open an investigation into the incident, calling it against the dignity of human life by showing you how graphic and horrific abortion can be. That is somehow an attack on human life? No, it's an attack on women by proxy because, oh my god, you can't tell a woman what to do with her body. Man, I don't need to go down that fucking route right there. Obviously, the church, it would normally respect, and this is the Catholic Church, okay? This is the fire and brimstone side of this shit, okay? Contraception wasn't a thing prior to Pope Francis, who all of a sudden is like, oh yeah, gay's fine, and if you don't want it, hey man, you go ahead and you wrap it up, do whatever the fuck you want. You can't get pregnant in the butt either, so just go ahead and support their life decisions. It's like, what the fuck, man? This shit is buck-ass wild. It is not just exclusive, okay? Being infiltrated by these terrible fucking ideas is not the exclusive domain of Hollywood and different entertainment. It's coming for the church. Fuck, it's already been there for a long old time. And this is just probably the most obvious example. Man, that guy's got a sweet fucking jacket, too. That's alright, man. He can be, a good brother from the outside looking in. The former father start up the Church of Trump or something like that, and then they'll just sell little goofy fucking NFTs for everybody to get in on, and it'll just sell like gangbusters. I don't know the move forward, but this guy sounds based as shit. If he was my priest, okay, I'd actually go to church instead of these hack fucking knockoff Jordan Peterson fucking lectures from the last time that I went there. Oh god, but that's another story for another time. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.